Greetings. Make sure I can hear myself. Yep. Hello there. Thank you for joining us. It's a live stream. Reason for it, and the little toolbar thing is working again. And I can do this. How fancy. Reason for this is oh, greetings. Reason for it's been a while since I've done this. Reason for this, I was going to do a live stream for. First of all, I'm using Google Hangouts. I haven't done that in ages. Oh, not like this. Usually I use Zoom or just Zoom's the only thing I can get to work. That makes any sense without me freezing throughout the video. So I'm going into my third year of doing this so that's the reason for this. When I first started doing this, I just used, I use a camera that no longer works. All of a sudden, it just stopped working after. I used to use a small it was on, what is it? The Ides of March, which is March 15th, is when I started doing this. And I had a little camera, and I just started recording in the dark or in the light or wherever, and not everything got uploaded, most of it did, and then all of a sudden the camera stopped working. So I still have it here somewhere. So yeah, most of my videos when I started was all Google Hangouts for about the first year practically. So then I just tried other things and nothing ever seemed to work, and I started using Zoom, and yeah. Internet is still in this stone age from what it seems, but I could use a regular camera, but I'd rather not. So, all right, for what we are here for is the new normal. Basically, eventually this will be accepted by the mainstream. Eventually, instead of being called crazy, once a lot of the manipulations to release eventually. Or not? Well, I believe so. How's it's going to go? I have no idea. But basically, the consciousness of humanity will eventually wake up. I'm not believing any of this, so the manipulations continue. So that's what they want. The lower energies, reptilian, whatever, archon. Unless you believe it, more they got you. That's usually how it works. Of course, when you become more awake, I mean, we're all under attack to a certain degree. They make it not hide their attacks. Basically, they make it just feel as it's normal. It's normal being depressed. It's normal feeling this and that and feeling uncomfortable. And this is all how they act. How they act. And I'm not sure how it's going to go into the mainstream, but eventually, the light will come on in the mind. Nothing else is working, so maybe I look at life in a different direction. So that's another reason why I'm doing the live streams, to get a little bit more attention. That usually helps get things out. I've been using Zoom, and I'm not a big fan of it. So Google seems to have the best quality. So, and also, I guess the YouTubers are getting on the attack. At least those of conspiracy sites, Alex Jones and other. Even if you have, I guess people are getting locked out of their accounts altogether, where they can't log in to their Google account. That's bad. I haven't looked into that, but not only they're lying, that's talk about extreme. And there's not exactly a phone number to call on YouTube. They don't make it easy. And so they're even flagging private videos, because I guess they have a transcript of the audio. I guess every time everyone, I mean, I don't know how they do. I mean, they store all this stuff. Every time they use AI to, so everything that you say is in a text file, So they go through that, they filter through that. So if you have a video that is privatized, yeah, it makes sense when they're starting to fly. Geez, that's, and doing what I'm doing here isn't exactly normal. So I'm gonna have to start going to Vimeo. I'm gonna be still here, but I'm gonna have to start uploading my stuff to Vimeo. I have no choice. Not to say anything's gonna happen, but just in case. I mean, my stuff's backed up, but geez, that's really from what it seems like, at least at the moment, that YouTube's going to more of a celebrity type of video site. They have Will Smith, and they might try to bring others in. It always, I mean, not to say that's a major draw, but it does seem like they're going to more celebrities to have more of a controlled environment. Right now, YouTube is very open, as you can see, and it's a little bit too open for advertisers and whatever. It's too open. So it does seem like they're going to try and make it difficult for people to, they don't care. For the most part, I don't care who they throw off. It doesn't really matter as long as they're making money from the big sites. But yeah, I mean, I'm not sure what's going on for the long run, but there could be some rogue moderators, but still, if they start fixing all of that, if a lot of those channels that people got thrown off come back on, that will show that they're actually doing something, but it's hard to say. Yeah, so it's the Wild West. There's not much to choose from Google's Vimeo, and there's not a whole lot. There's other DTube or whatever it might be, and it's just not looking great. So Vimeo seems to be the best, at least for, at least have a backup source. And I have like over 1,000 videos, so it's going to be interesting how I'm going to manage that. So either way. As for, let's see. Before we get started, or however you want to figure out how to use this again. This is those are new to this, ivantower.com. This is private sessions are open this week and most of next week. You can sign up here if you like. The scheduler is there. Yeah, Google Hangouts, Skype, Zoom, channeling by phone. Also have the shop. And I'm on Friday. I haven't finished everybody for Friday. Tomorrow I'll be able to rest, and I don't have any energy today. So I'll be catching up big time throughout the weekend. I also have, which I have not uploaded yet, the new Jake that just came in. It is on Amazon if you're interested. We have the Magic Oracle cards also. I'm still working on the Jake. I just haven't talked about it much. I'm doing other stuff, but definitely the Jake is still alive. Issue 3 is here. It's just the print version hasn't been posted yet, but you can find it on Amazon if you're interested. And you can see it all here. So the fun one. We also have Spirit Social. This might go through another redesign, or I might just leave it here. I haven't quite decided yet. I'm going to add my name to it so people know what this is. It's a submit a question, past life regression healing. Message from Yeshua, channel consulting, 5-minute healing. Spiritual connections. Joker Reiki from Miguel. Healing from Nick, and you'll see them and other services here. Also have the social network, 5D Spirit Crew. Million-year-old bridge found in, I guess, India? Or a million-old? Wow. Really? Jeez. Ancient Unexplained Temple. Oh, yeah, the Dolores Cannon, Restoring Lost Knowledge. And yeah, I have a message from Yeshua here you can check out. It's pretty funny. It's actually pretty good. I'm not sure what this is. Sacred Knowledge. Well, yeah, we are going into Sacred Knowledge energies. And for this alien, I don't know, does at least for the message feels very real. Even the entity feels very real. As for if this is actually a real entity, but it all seems to, at least the message feels right. So, but yeah, definitely, this is a real alien. It's, yeah, makes a lot of sense. Future human is pretty fascinating. I mean, but definitely, I can connect to the message. Definitely would like to see these guys at your corner store or your local Walmart. I would like to see them around. These type of beings are around me. Not exactly. Like, they don't really show what they look like entirely, but usually the gray is pretty much looking like that. Yeah, not something you would see in a drive-through fast food restaurant, but you never know. I don't think that's their thing, but just a joke around. But we also have the Spirit Festival on the 5D Spirit Festival, so you can always submit if you like. It's basically just, it's all video. It's just it's somebody hero find something. That's what it's like. This is an experiment, and so far it's going pretty well. So it's just not exactly, it's just if you have anything you want people to see, this is one place to go. Here you can go here, but stuff gets lost, and Facebook gets lost. And so that's why this is created, so things do not get lost. So of course you always have YouTube, but wait, YouTube's taking everything down. I'm not sure what we're gonna do. So there's not much to choose from. Yeah, there's not much to choose from anymore. There's just YouTube and other DTube, and I forgot what the other one was called, but either way. As for more connections to alien connections, instead of being laughed at, right now we might be getting laughed at. But when you look at the darkness around humanity, you might not want to be laughing at this. It's like you might want to laugh. I mean, that might be fun because that is the norm. That's what what is it called? Trendy, and that makes sense. But when you look at when the darkness around humanity, which they're not really looking at that much, oh, well, it's crazy, it's just going to continue on that forever. Well, yeah, if you keep thinking that way. If you want change, you can bring in change, but it's up to you. And many are not. Well, eventually this will go into the mainstream. It's going to have to find its way in because there's only so many. It's only so many you can ignore it. It does feel like at least the guard of keeping all this secret is opening up. We're allowed to see more, hear more, get visitations when the time is right. Visitation will happen eventually. As for when, I don't even know if in my lifetime or our lifetime, anything's possible. I haven't seen anything recently. It's been just work as usual, 9 to 5 and all that. So it's been kind of hard to connect to everything when you're at the grind. But definitely spiritual directions, alien connections, spiritual healing with angel healing and spirit guide healing was also opens you up to who is here. It's like you heal within and then you go outside and everything opens up more to who's here. Because basically, you can do all some are obviously not ready. Of course, if you're not ready, you're going to see what you see. But if you're ready, you're going to see what is need to be seen. I know they're here, but they don't really show themselves often. Usually it's reptilian or gray that's around me. Sometimes felines, sometimes everybody under the sun is around. At times, depends. Arcturians have been around a lot for you say building the bridge to the next world that we're heading to. But basically, a spiritual healing within is what is needed, and modern humanity will eventually find that eventually when it's ready to look within. But it's having difficulties doing that, especially with ego and other energies that are making it difficult to see, to let things go, not to criticize so much, not to judge. Things that are very difficult for some to overcome. So as for let's see if anything is new at this time. See, Illuminati energies, yes, will show themselves as they feel like it, but some of you might feel more Illuminati vibration, positive or light. Basically, as their movement is always, as you open yourself up, most likely you'll feel their movement here and there. It's inevitable. If you feel Illuminati vibration, most likely that's no. It could be a black magician or a white magician. Because as you open up yourself, as you're letting go of all this, third dimensional, nonsense, you start to pick up on other vibrations that are around. And so someone might be archon or whatever it might be, not always for the negative, but it's like opening up a door. And so just don't be surprised. It does seem like some of them are in the skies, which is interesting. Looking down at us, or at least monitoring our transformation. So obviously reptilian beings are here not to make it easy on us, but either way, I see them losing their power here eventually, depending on the strong. Now, those that are not so strong is in your media, obviously, following Kardashians and Kim Kardashian, Paris Hilton. And not to say they're not strong. I mean, they're strong, but spiritually strong, probably not likely. If you turn on that fire, maybe, probably, but right now, no. Here and there. Yes and no. Let's put it that way. So a lot of that programming has to be released. Like the followers of what I kept getting is like those that follow like the Mayans in the past. The followers that get down and just pray to the gods or whatever that's been told them to pray to, as pretty much turned into more as celebrities. So now you have your people praising your celebrities, Kim Kardashian, for example, and other celebrities out there, the Oscars. It's another thing to worship. And so it's just, it's part of the manipulations that are massively, talk about well orchestrated. And the thing is, we take away their instruments that are causing this difficulty. So that's another thing that comes through also. I hope my audio is working. I think so. Another thing that just comes to connection is also that, not sure if you hear that. That's somebody's car. That might not pick up. But also you feel what other beings are doing to, I almost imagine people are already picking this up here and there, but how manipulators are manipulating. As you open up your senses, you'll feel what they're doing. Why that is either you're there to assist or they're just to observe, whatever it might be. It does seem like it's going to become more of the norm. It does, at least that's what I feel will come through. It's going to register when the time comes. Don't be surprised, basically. As basically it feels like we're gearing up to more of a knowledge of who's here. We kind of already have an idea, but there's so many different diverse beings here. It's like keep on track of all that. But either way, it does seem like we become more to always feeling their presence. As for seeing them, anything's possible. Anything's possible. It's in due time. As you are opening up your abilities, I believe a lot of them weaken in some regard. At least their manipulations around you. They just it gets more and more less as they're taken down eventually. So as for, let's see, Aztec energies are here very strong. As for Aztecs are very connected to portal energies, portal vibrations, portal arts, of basically using your own hands to open up portal dimensions. And that would become more known to those that are very connected to that energy. Basically, it's just like activating your chakra systems and realizing your own self-power. eventually this will come. I mean, things you see in fantasy and all of that does not mean it can't happen to you for real. It's just that the low vibrations here are we're constantly under attack, so it's very difficult to break through all this. But it is of let's see, Anunnaki beings are doing everything they can to keep their carpet of lies over humanity. It is, yes, they have a certain walk over humanity, like a combination of where they can hit people basically, and to clear out your own vulnerabilities. Mostly it's in the mind. Obviously, that's usually how it works, but it can happen through physical manipulation also. But usually it's through the mind. That's real. That's the entry. So, but knowing that they can do things like that becomes more of a. It's basically learning how they do these things. I believe that more people become more aware. How are they doing all of this? What is all this? So it's like you're learning their tools, and that way you can take them away. If that makes sense. Take away their plate or their screwing around. So that's what this is all about. And eventually people will realize, oh no, not to use ego and anger, egos, all these negative ego, let's put it that way, that I'm better than you, I can do this better than you. All that disconnects you. It makes it difficult for you go into a vibration, but it's not, is it helping others? I'm not sure about that. It's best to just, helping others, and helping yourself and others. That's really what this is about. Just helping yourself. When you say yourself as a god, it's definitely more self energy. But that's a lesson also that has to be learned. But that is very strong in the spiritual awakenings, you should say. So that most of humanity is asleep and we're awake, so it makes us better than them. I don't believe that. I'd rather humanity be awakened so we can get out of this. I'd rather they'll all be awakened, but they have to go at their process. Of course, it becomes very frustrating, but I'd rather them to be. That's why it'd be nice to have more of this known to them, at least for them to make the decision, but at least the thought of beings here, basically using this as target practice. It's more to it than that, but we're their own play. We're their video. We are their video game. We give them something to do. And that's another thing about AI. AR, was it virtual reality technology, not AR technology. Virtual reality is just a thing that it's like, I'm not ready for this world. I'm not getting everything I want. So I just do virtual reality so I can zoom off into a whole nother world. And that's what they want. At least that's what the manipulators want. And that's another thing also. They don't care if you have guns or no guns. They want, as long as they rule your mind, that's all that matters. So they want everybody armed so they can shoot each other and cause chaos. But also, if they do, I believe we're going to a time where there are no guns. Eventually. But basically, like, the citizens have no guns and just the police, and that causes anarchy. So basically, what I'm seeing is that humans are, those that are ready, obviously, will connect more to their energies and release the fear energy and just find peace. Now, if you're a celebrity, sometimes you need, depends. You might need a bodyguard, but maybe not. Depends on who you are. But for the most part, I believe you're protected. But as we go into the awakening, majority of people that know that they'll be fine don't need a weapon of any kind, because it just causes more anarchy, actually. And eventually humanity will come out of this because I believe these beings that are causing all these difficulties will eventually show themselves, because they're going to be frustrated. They are doing that here and there already. but more of those dimensions will open up as we allow it to. It's like, yeah, it's like you want the dimensions to open up so you can see the positive ones, but also for humanity to see who was here that should not be here or is not welcomed anymore, however you want to look at it. It seems like that's the direction we're going in, little by little, but it all depends on what you want to manifest. So these things are said, but it takes. Well, I believe that we'll go into that direction eventually, or more of the high vibrations within yourself. Basically, removing. It takes a while to remove these. God, they're just so. There's something else. I give them that. The manipulators, they're talking about just they put you in a like we're all in their like little chamber and we're just being prodded constantly. So it's, but yeah, I believe you will. For those that are ready, we'll see more of the how the manipulators operate. It's another way for self healing instead of just saying these manipulators are doing these things to be able to clear out their stuff. So no longer you get prodded by them and attacked over time. Someone might be already connecting to that, but definitely become more of the norm eventually. So, all right. I was going to do a connection also about fallen angels, bring in Prime Creator or an angel energy for this. Whoever would like to bring knowledge about this, I might also bring in the Galactic Federation of Light. I have enough energy. Might bring the Galactic Federation of Light first. We'll see who comes in first. Well, we'll just see who comes in. How about that? I see the Galactic Federation Light for tomorrow. All right, let's see who comes through. So, all right, much love, blessings. All right, positive energies, positive connections, that we find the answers to our questions and healing that is much needed for us all. Better drivers, better politicians, truth everywhere, less slavery on the world, less poverty on the planet, less mind control. Well, less mind control could really help out quite a bit. I would just do away with that, or no mind control, and we'll be able to figure stuff out after. Definitely can use removing of that. So that seems to be coming mostly from an Anunnaki. Obviously, other beings, but Anunnaki seems to play a pretty big role in that. So, all right, much love, blessings. Here we go. I am Lucifer. Those beings that are on your world, the fallen angel, are those that disagreed with God, disagreed with the light, and now they are here to find their way. That does not always mean of the negative. It means that they are on a voyage, on a direction without spirit guides. They are alone, but not always of the dark. No one's ever alone, but they do push many beings away. Many of them, yes, have some of them connect to more of lower energies, but even that, they're mostly of a neutral vibration, and some of them have become incarnated into kings, and those that are very well known on your planet. Some are even artists, as one called Edgar Allan Poe. So it's not always of the negative. There is a lot of positives. Basically, also some that do connect to a negative experience is to help others out of that negative experience. Basically, to show them they are not alone. There's different ways of looking at negativity, different ways of looking at positivity, as it's all an experience. It's different parts of the experience. And you're all chosen to experience all kinds of experiences, to know knowledge, to can take knowledge and grow yourself. As yes, negative situations are there to grow the soul, take the soul into a new direction. As yes, the soul is usually used to a high vibration, but to change direction, learn more about itself, that is where negativity, if you want to call it that, is there to test the soul and to see where you need to improve, what directions to go in, where you want to go next. Where does your soul want to go? Sometimes it's a roll of the dice of your next incarnation. It has to do with roles like this to truly test one's abilities, one's outlook, one's self love. It's all here because many of you are coming here for one shot to find out where you go. Those that are very controlled by, yes, the manipulative energies that are going to your thought patterns, many of them do continue into other worlds that are very much of a manipulating energy, not just yours. Some are just here just for a moment. They get caught up in the Archon grid and go into another world that's very similar to this one and go on and on and on until they're ready to leave. It's basically you come into one matrix and you continue on to the others. Those that are awakening are ready to end that cycle. And yes, some do reincarnate constantly on this world. But at this time, many that are incarnated are going to other Earth realities where the technologies are there, the manipulations are there that they are most familiar with, as what you would call normal on your world. Now, not everyone's involved with it, but quite a few are. So with this, I tell you, you can always look beyond all that. Trust yourself and grow in the direction you wish to do so. And some wish to in the direction they are going in and go more into the light, become a teacher of their of them of others, of higher knowledge, to take risks, to go into directions that others choose not. Those that are easily manipulated usually do not want to take risks, do not really want to try anything new. They do, but only at a third dimensional level. And even there, that's kind of because you can change your timeline, but many are unwilling to do so, as you can see why so many stay in the dark, at least unaware of what's going on. But that is their direction, and this is yours. Blessings to you all. Okay. All right. Much love, everyone. Take care. See you tomorrow.